will never catch me doing is praising or defending a.
Do you know what fucking aches my brain? When people are like, oh, but it's their money. Oh, you can't tell people what to do with their money. Blah, 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 blah. Whenever people are like, oh, there are billionaires in the world that could, if they collectively came together, not just end poverty, but also like made everybody middle class, quite literally. And then you will always catch that one asshole that will be like, oh, but it's their money. You can't tell them what to do with their money, and they worked for it. First and foremost, it literally is not. It literally is not their money. I don't fucking know what the fuck you people think, but a billionaire. Wait, I need to rephrase. Okay. Because some of y'all are so blinded by capitalism and so ignorant towards the truth that it almost hurts. I want to ask you something. If you are one of the, you can't tell them what to do with their money fraction and they worked for it and it's hard labor, blah, 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 how long do you think you need to work, even if you're in the upper middle class, even if you're rich, to make $1 billion? How long do you think you need to spend $1 billion? How long do you think you need to, just in general, build that kind of wealth? Do you want me to give you the answer? You can't do that in your lifetime. Not with honest labor. That's impossible. It's not possible. Unless maybe you'll be earning, I don't know, $500,000 per day or something like that. Even at that. Probably y'all don't know how much billionaires actually own, or how much $1 billion even is, because that's the only reasonable explanation to me, that you simply don't know, which makes it a lot worse because you are very loud about a subject you have no knowledge about, but that's just me. The thing is, there is no such thing as an ethical billionaire. That does not exist, because you cannot, with your own labor, become a billionaire without exploiting people along the line. That is, under the current system, not possible. If you were, let me just say, maybe you are selling on goods, or maybe you have a company and you're doing really well. Your products are constantly sold out. You have waiting lists. You have gone global. You are in everybody's mouths, okay? You cannot become a billionaire if you were to pay each and every instance from the production to the customer fair wages. It's not possible. You need to exploit people along the production line to become a billionaire, because being a billionaire literally means cutting off people's wages and salaries and exploiting their manpower, their labor, their time, for you to have a greater profit of your product. You cannot, for example, if your end product is €100, okay, and shipping is €10, packaging is €5, getting it to the customer, okay, that's shipping. Then your production costs under normal circumstances, from both producing the case and the material and everything in between, okay? The electricity you need, the water you need, the labor you need, everything. If you pay fair wages to all these instances, your gain will be too small for you to become a billionaire, unless you make your product so incredibly expensive that, on the other hand, then the masses cannot afford it. So you need to make a product that the masses can afford, because you want to reach a wider audience. And in essence, as a result of that, you are going to be, the only way for you to become rich like that is by exploitation. Do you really think that somebody like Jeff Bezos made money ethically, honestly, genuinely, without exploiting? I've spoken to people that work at Amazon. I've seen people work at Amazon. I've heard their stories. I know more than 2 people that work in Amazon in Germany here, very close to my house actually, and I know their stories. And I get that it's not Jeff Bezos that is their boss, but you stand for that company. That company is your name. And people need to stop giving billionaires or just people generally a pass for the fuck up. I had this argument last week with somebody when I was telling the person how I'm not buying McDonald's again because they are funding Israel. And they were like, McDonald's is franchising, right? I looked at the person, I was like, okay. They individually decide on their restaurant ongoings and whatever. I was like, okay, continue, make your point. Because right now, your plane has not landed. I'm still waiting. So I just asked the person one question only, and the conversation was over. I said, the person that is franchising the McDonald's, are they paying money back to the corporation for the franchising, yes or no? Oh, you saw the silence. You saw the light going on in their heads. Are you not mad? Just because something is a franchise doesn't mean they pay back. Because that's literally what a franchising is. You pay money, you pay for the right to use the name. And once you do that, you pay back to the corporation. And the corporation as a whole funds certain things. So if you pay back to the corporation, you are partaking whether you like it or not. As Jeff Bezos is Amazon. Amazon is Jeff Bezos. They are like this. He's the founder of Amazon. He stands for that. So any fuck up of Amazon goes back to Jeff Bezos. And if Amazon doesn't treat their workers well, he's responsible. I don't care if there are 17 people below him that are the one handling it. This is your company. You are responsible. Get your shit together. Because that's who you stand for. But once you have money, you can escape accountability at any given chance. That's why when this whole submarine thing happened, the world was literally like, really? Because we did not give a fuck. We did not give a fuck. And then there were people like, oh, don't you have empathy? No. The fuck you mean? No, I don't. People that had a shitload of money that they got by exploitation were bored, didn't know what to do with their fucking time. They could have done, they could have gone to Disneyland for the weekend. They could have gone to see the pyramids in Egypt for the weekend. No. They squeezed themselves into a fish can controlled by a fucking PlayStation controller and went down the sea to see the fucking Titanic that they could have seen for free on YouTube. With the clearer view, by the way. And that's it. Do you know what I call that? Natural selection. That's it. I will never, ever, ever, ever have empathy, understanding, or praises for a billionaire because you are not ethical. Unless you prove to the world that you became a billionaire by ethically paying your workers their right wages as you should. And if you don't, you are not. And that leads me to the end of this video. If you're a billionaire and you are a billionaire by exploitation, you have a responsibility for other people. One, because $1 billion is, some of them even have $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 billion. You have so much money that at a salary of $100,000 a year, it would take you 37 years. I think 37 years to reach $1 billion if you saved every penny. I think that's what she said in the video. Let that sink in. And many people earn a lot less than $100,000 a year. A lot less than that. Many people earn less than half of that a year. I would say actually the majority. So next time you want to be like, nah, you can't tell them what to do with their money. Yeah, unfortunately we can't. Unfortunately, we can't take it away from them. And unfortunately, we can't take them hold them accountable. That is why Miss Taylor Swift felt entitled to take a 13-minute flight. Because y'all talked shit like that. Because rubbish like this is being said, you can't tell people what to do with their money. It's their money, they worked for it. Exploitation, child labor is not working for it. That's supposed to be convicted. You are supposed to be in jail, not being a billionaire. But here we are.